if you are solopreneur and even if you are hiring the team, is so different versus when there is a family involved in the business. What is the main difference between when it comes to solo and the family business?
Well, the main difference is realistically when you're a family business, there is no work hours. It's 24/7. You know, you're sitting at the dinner table and it's pass the peas, pass the potatoes, and by the way, how the heck are we going to fix the warehouse problem? How are we going to fix the marketing problem? How are we going to hire more people? Listen, I saw this as young as 3 and 4 years old with my parents, God rest their souls, who continued to work together in their family business for a minute after their divorce. But, you know, I remember the dining room tables very vividly that young, listening to it. So in a family business, and I've been involved in many, I've had 7 of them prior to this. I've worked for them before that. It just doesn't end. Where a solopreneur, you know, they tend to rely more on friends for advice or input. You know, sometimes they'll go to family members, but that usually doesn't end well because there's a disagreement about philosophy. So the family business, it just is a nonstop. Vacations, holidays, dinners, doesn't matter. Business always comes up. I've had many people say to me, oh no, we have clear rules. We never discuss business at the table. I believe them. I believe they believe that. But I also believe inevitably it does come up. And just stepping back for a moment, you talked about coaches, and you know, it's important to remember that some of the most successful people that you can think of, Tom Brady, and I'll just use sports as or just general, Oprah Winfrey, Tom Brady, Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, the list goes on. They all had coaches, by the way. Smart people, but they were smart enough to know they needed a coach. Well, I'm often asked what separates me from what's out there. I don't talk about theory. I don't talk about, you know, what ifs. I've lived this life for a long, long time, and that's what separates me. So when it comes to family business, I talk from authenticity, having been exposed to it since I'm 3 or 4 years old.